We're looking now at the implications of each individual sense. So we will break it down and look at each sense and see how that can be affected. When we're looking at the visual sense, we're not talking about 20/20 vision. It's not about our eyesight. It's about how bright something is or not, whether they are distressed by movement, by objects moving quickly, or by them moving quickly through space. What about flicking? Are they flicking things around their eyes? Depth perception can be affected for those who maybe want to walk down a curb but are hesitant because they can't pick up the difference in the levels. Recognizing letters, we need to be able to understand and see clearly which way round things are to be able to put letters together. In our hearing system, like the visual one, it's not about having an audiogram, it's not about how good our hearing is, it's about how we process that hearing. Can we locate who is talking or where they are talking from? Hand dryers can be a real issue because of the intensity of the noise, and so hands go on the ears straight away. Certain pitch, a baby screaming, a lady's voice sometimes can be harder for some, but if you have a male teacher or if dad comes home, things are automatically better just because of the pitch of the tone. We need to be able to discriminate the difference between a P and a D, so that can affect lots of things. Children or people can go around humming, so that they block out the sounds coming from outside. We don't have earlids, so for sleeping at night, that's one of the key areas of difficulty because we don't switch off. Our ears are always available to hear sounds, and it goes straight into the reticular activating system in the brain, which alerts the brain, and we'll learn about that more in the next section. For our touch system, some individuals love the messy play and the gooey play, and others hate it. Furniture fabrics are so crucial, as well as clothing fabrics. I remember there was one boy who wouldn't come and sit at the table just because we later found out there was something rough on his seat. He had the same seating surface as everybody else, but just some of the natural fabrics in it had come loose. It was like a wicker, rattan type thing, and it was really bothering him. So he didn't come to table because of that. So we need to pay attention to the furniture and the furnishings around us. So hair care obviously can be a real issue because of the light touch involved. Some children go mouthing around because they're wanting more information from their mouth, from those tactile receptors, from those taste buds that are all around the mouth. So some will avoid and some will seek. And touch really has an impact in our emotions and our emotional regulation. So generally, if a child is upset, you want to be able to scoop them up. You want to be able to hold them close and pat them and, rock them using the vestibular system. But the touch system is powerful for helping regulate emotions. Or maybe you have someone and they're really messy because they can't feel what's going on. So they're messy around their mouth and eating. Their clothes are hanging out because they can't feel where things are. Or handwriting is messy because they need to have clear messages going between the fingers and the brain. So taste and smell. Picky eating is our clearest one to say that there is something going on with that system. Maybe they're going around licking others or licking other things because they're wanting more information from those objects. If they're worried about smell or they're very sensitive to smell, you will know that because they may well object to going into somewhere. They don't want to go into that shop, they don't want to go down that supermarket aisle, they don't want to go into that particular bathroom. And you're thinking, what is going on? But it's a smell issue. Others will go around sniffing other people, and then we have to manage that in a different way because that's not quite so socially appropriate. So for our proprioceptors, our muscles grading things. So if we have a paper cup or a plastic cup in front of us, it's the ability to go in and just pick it up smoothly and not squish it, not squash it. Being able to pour something out without it spilling all over the place. Some children will be running. They are just runners. They need that intensity of physical input. Or they're banging the doors because they don't have that grading. They're very rough with siblings. They may be rough with other children in the school or in the club. Maybe they're heavy-footed around the house and around the place. You can hear them coming a mile off. Or they're slamming things. All part of the proprioceptive system. And then finally, the vestibular system for our balance and equilibrium and our muscle tone. So they might be wrapping their legs around a chair or fidgeting all over the place. They lean on others. Maybe they're slumping over the table a lot. Hands, head in hands. Coordination for sports is a massive part of our vestibular system. And one of the biggest things is our level of arousal. And that's what we're going to look at next.